don't. You know, the way we grew up, you're supposed to spend no more than 10 or 20% of what you make. You know what I'm saying? So you can have something.
Just being with him everywhere, seeing nice things all the time since I was born. So I always knew that he was doing something. I mean, it could have been anything. So I had a fun childhood, crazy childhood.
He was able to do it because, like financially, I was supporting the idea, and I believe he could do it. He had moved to California and was working with acting coaches, and his dad didn't know that he was actually doing that.
What's the best memory of 50 Cent?
Best memory of 50 Cent? Ever since I met 50 Cent, he's always been stand up and probably the most truthful person I've ever met.
Lil Meech got Richard Millie's Chrome Hard jeans, 10,000. I buy some Chrome Hards for 10,000. I might wear them shits for a month, bro.
So Big Meech just went off on 50 Cent, and he's accusing him of turning his own son Lil Meech against him. As you all know, 50 and Big Meech recently fell out after Meech linked up with Rick Ross after his release from prison, and Lil Meech got caught in the crossfire. Now Lil Meech first tried to stay on 50's good side and claimed he's got nothing but loyalty for 50. However, both Lil Meech and his dad are now singing a different tune, and they just made it clear that their loyalty is with Rick Ross. From now on, apparently, Big Meech is furious that 50 recently called out his parenting skills and accused him of being a bad influence on Lil Meech promoting substance use and reckless spending. So now the Fainer Fatherson duo are trying to get their revenge on 50, and word on the street is they're teaming up with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather to produce their own version of the BMF show. However, fans are saying Big Meech and his son have another thing coming if they think Ross and Floyd will help them in any way. In fact, people are saying these two are about to get scammed out of all the money they have left. So what exactly is Big Meech planning to do to get back at 50? And what did 50 say about Big Meech being a bad parent to Lil Meech? Let's break this down.
From the hood to Hollywood that you gotta have, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you getting it. You know what I'm saying? See, people never seen how I really put it down, because unless you're a part of that, I'm not gonna let you see that. Only thing you're gonna see is us enjoying ourselves. That's what you're supposed to.
Big Meech is not letting 50 Cent play with his name. After 50 Cent took shots at Big Meech's parenting and basically accused him of being a bad influence on his son Lil Meech, the BMF kingpin is out for revenge. As soon as 50 Cent cut ties with Lil Meech and started hinting that BMF might be getting canceled, Lil Meech wasted no time trying to smooth things over. He directly reached out to 50 Cent, trying to stay in his good graces, and made it clear that the picture of Big Meech with Rick Ross, which sparked all this drama, was strictly business. Lil Meech messaged 50, saying, "F Ross, but he gave my dad some bread so he can afford to pay his bills until our next season starts. This internet is throwing me off, man. You know me in real life." However, 50 wasn't trying to hear any of that. He clapped back, making it clear that Lil Meech's time on the show was done. 50 responded, "What next season, little ninja?" Then, in another post, 50 mocked Lil Meech for fumbling the bag, joking that since Meech lost his spot on BMF, his next dig would be on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. 50 wrote, "I'll give Mona Scott a call for him later today." But 50 wasn't done yet. He circled back to Big Meech and Rick Ross, questioning their parenting skills and digging up old receipts. He pulled out throwback footage of Lil Meech with Ross' daughter, Toy Roberts, from when they were a thing, and used this to take more shots at Meech and Ross. He pointed out that Rick Ross did nothing for the Flenory family while Big Meech was locked up. 50 wrote, "Why didn't old boy look out for Lil Meech and send him to acting school? Big Screech, all your people that were out did nothing for him. You come home thinking you're the Black Pablo Escobar and messed him up." Then, 50 reminded everyone that he was the one who held down the Flenory family while Big Meech was behind bars. But according to 50, Lil Meech blew all the money he earned from the BMF show. He said, "I helped your family make over $5 million in legit money. It's not my fault it's all gone now." Some fans initially criticized 50 for cutting off Lil Meech so quickly after Big Meech linked up with Rick Ross, but others argued that 50 had every right to feel betrayed after everything he did for the Flenory family. Meanwhile, even some industry figures chimed in on the situation. Boozy was one of them, and he wasn't feeling how Lil Meech responded to 50 in that text. According to Boozy, Lil Meech was way too respectful, especially after 50 Cent disrespected his father. Boosie made it very clear that if it had been him in that situation, he would have snapped on 50 Cent for coming at his dad like that.
Me, bro, I don't know. Meech, I ain't like his response. It seemed like he got a genuine kind of love for 50 on his response. But, you know, my response, nigga, fuck you. Look at my daddy, nigga, fuck you. Nigga, let's go to war, nigga, fuck you. And everything, this nigga, fuck you. I don't know what Meech was on something. Nigga, that's my paw, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Right, wrong, nigga, I don't give a fuck, nigga. My son, nigga, my nigga ain't gonna go against this brain. Fuck that. I was like, damn, you know, like, seemed like him and 50 got a, you know, cause after that thing came out, how Meech was talking all, you know, like, no, nigga, fuck all y'all. I'm with my dad, nigga, you know, I ain't like.
However, 50 Cent wasn't having it and quickly fired back at Boosie, claiming that he's done way more for Lil Meech than Big Meech ever did. 50 Cent shared a clip of Boosie's interview and wrote, "I did more for Meech than anyone in his life, Boosie. That's why he responded like that. If he gets locked up, I'm the first person he calls. I bailed him out every time." But that wasn't even the whole story. 50 Cent also revealed that he once paid for Lil Meech to go to rehab after finding out that he was addicted to whippets, also known as laughing gas. In another Instagram post, 50 broke down what really led to the fallout between him, Big Meech, and Lil Meech, hinting that the real issue was jealousy. Specifically, Big Meech not liking how close 50 and Lil Meech got while he was locked up. "I thought about it, and I think he was uncomfortable with my relationship with Meech. I'm telling Meech not to do certain things, and he's telling him he used to do X, like it's cool. I tell Meech to chill and stop spending all his money, and he tells him how much money he blew. People don't know that I had to send Meech to rehab." Russell Hornsby noticed he was high as hell on set. He started throwing up during a weapons test. Then Ian told me the little dude had whippets in his truck. I said, "What the f*** is whippets?" I looked it up, and it's the same gas that's used in BB guns. ***. But instead of backing down, Big Meech and Lil Meech are now doubling down and making some bold moves just to spite 50. They are now forming an alliance with Rick Ross, the same Rick Ross that Lil Meech swore he had no love for just weeks ago in that message to 50 Cent. But that's not even the wildest part. The father-son duo is also teaming up with none other than Floyd Mayweather, one of 50 Cent's longest-standing rivals. Recently, Lil Meech was spotted in Miami with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather, and to make sure 50 Cent really felt the sting, he posted photos with both of them, captioning it, "With real power," a clear reference to 50 Cent's Power franchise. And just days later, Lil Meech hit Instagram with another cryptic post. This time, he posted a photo of himself and Big Meech linked up with Floyd Mayweather, and the only caption he put was a shushing face emoji implying that they're cooking up something big. Now, rumors are circulating that Big Meech and Lil Meech are about to enter a major business deal with Floyd Mayweather, adding another layer of tension to their ongoing feud with 50 Cent.
Meech and Lil Meech looks like they are officially partners with Floyd Mayweather. Now they're being very tight-lipped about the venture, but my guess is it is going to be big. Floyd Mayweather is a very, very competitive person, and he will pull out all the stops in his attempt to beat 50 Cent.
So right now, no one really knows exactly what Big Meech and his son have up their sleeves with Floyd and Ross, but people are definitely talking. And some reports are even suggesting they might be working on a new show or movie about the Black Mafia family that could be separate from 50's BMF series on Starz. In fact, just a few weeks ago, Ross himself announced he wants to produce his own BMF movie.
Yeah. So look, I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film. Which director? Shout out to my homie F. Gary Gray, Antoine Foucault, what's up? Tarantino, it's a lot of legends. This is gonna be big, I can feel it. I'm just talking.
Ross might need to rethink his movie plans because, in order to get this project off the ground, he would have to get 50 Cent's approval. Sources close to the situation told TMZ that 50 Cent owns the TV. and film rights to the BMF story, and that's not changing anytime soon, regardless of all the recent drama between 50 and Meech. On top of that, TMZ confirmed that 50 Cent's G-Unit Films is already working on Tammy Cowan's life story, aiming to take the entire BMF saga to the next level. Now, a lot of people are actually siding with 50 Cent and calling out Lil Meech for blowing what could have been the opportunity of a lifetime. According to insiders, Lil Meech burned through all the money he made from BMF without investing or saving a single dime. Reports claim that he blew through his entire BMF bag in just a few years, spending millions on designer clothes and jewelry. And he wasn't even trying to keep it low-key. Lil Meech was flexing hard on social media, posting photos of himself rocking custom Chrome Hearts jeans and even bragging about dropping $2 million on an iced-out watch.
Elliot charged me $200,000 just for this Cuban. This Cuban is like 1,100 grams. It's chunky, real big. I really can't have this on for longer than 3 or 4 hours. My neck started hurting. You know, you might find a regular Cuban for 50 or for 100 maybe, but it's 200 just for a kilo.
What's the pendant cost?
3, just for the pendant. Right here, this is Antarctica. It's the big boy. This is Christine called it Antarctica. It's the chandelier. And I might have seen Phil DJ Khaled with this one. It's that big boy, you know.
How much is it worth?
$2 million.
According to Tony Yao, Lil Meech allegedly blew through $5 million, spending it on jewelry, cars, clothes, and other items without investing a dime to better position himself in the future. To make matters worse, Meech was also acting incredibly arrogant, even telling people like Lil Baby that they should give money to Big Meech. Ye revealed that Lil Meech was begging for money while spending $100,000 on jeans.
You know, he's still awaiting his case.
Okay.
You know, he's still sitting in jail.
Right.
But recently, I had Day 26 come do my show.
I think I've seen some of that interview, yeah.
Right. So I started talking to him, and, you know, I started talking to Q from Day 26, and he's talking about how, you know, you have sober Diddy and then you have high Diddy. And, you know, you kind of have a different person depending on who you catch on that day. And he starts talking about how he read this one email, and he couldn't go into the details, but it had something to do with sacrifices and so forth. And he started to cry. And then the rest of Day 26 started to cry. Like, that's never happened to me. I've had people cry in my interviews, but I've never seen a whole group of men start to cry at the same time.
I don't get it. I don't know why somebody would do that to.
So you gotta think mentally what them went through over there, the Danity Kings, Day 26. Because making you treating this artist like that, damn, that shit crazy.
Even more bizarre is the fact that Lil Meech acknowledged that when he first connected with 50, he was clueless, disoriented, and unsure of what to do next. However, 50 recognized something in him, took him under his wing, and even 50 didn't have to pay for his 2 years of acting classes. He could have saved money by hiring someone with actual experience, but instead, he placed a wager on Lil Meech.
Still trying to find myself. My dad was calling me from jail every day. He was like, man, what you gonna do? I'm like, shit, I don't know. I always knew I wanted to be my own person. It's just hard, you know, to live up to my dad's name. And he called me one day, he's like, man, they looking at Terrence Howard and Nipsey Hussle. And I don't know if you're gonna be able to play me, but you gotta go to acting class so you can get ready. So I met 50. 50 put me in acting class for 2 years in LA. Invested in me, paid for the acting class. I had to go every day, 2 times a day, 5 days a week. In the morning, in the afternoon, come back home, study again, do the same thing the next day.
Wow, a ball player.
Yeah, but I put in the work though, and it showed me that 50 couldn't get me the job. I had to get myself the job. My dad couldn't get me the job. They would have hired somebody else that already had acting experience. I had no experience. So I was coming from...
When 50 took a chance on Lil Meech and gave him the chance of a lifetime, you would think that Meech would have been more careful not to ruin it. But it seems like he believed he could live the high life forever with someone giving him millions of dollars along the way. Now, when the drama between 50 and Big Meech first started, fans were really feeling bad for Lil Meech, and they even started coming to 50-50 to tell him that he was wrong for punishing Lil Meech for his father's actions. However, fans are now changing the course of events, and after Lil Meech began hanging out with Ross and Floyd Mayweather and essentially rubbing it in 50's face, people are beginning to view him negatively. This is particularly problematic because only a few weeks ago, Lil Mech publicly disparaged Ross and vowed to be loyal to 50. Now, on top of everything else, there are new rumors that Big Meech and Lil Meech will collaborate with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather on a BMF film. Many are arguing that it won't work because Big Meech sold his life rights to Tammy Cowens, who was instrumental in making the 50 Cent BMF series a reality on Stars. This means that legally, Meech no longer owns his own story. Instead, Tammy does. Therefore, if Big Meech and his son are attempting to create their own version with Ross and Floyd, it's unclear how that will work out. Will they need to purchase the rights back? Are they taking the story in a completely different direction? Or let's hear your thoughts on this. 50 Cent was correct when he said that Big Meech was a negative influence on Lil Meech. How do you feel about Big Meech and his son joining forces with Ross and Floyd Mayweather? Is this a wise business decision, or are they setting themselves up for failure? Don't forget to leave a remark below and watch this following video.